should startup focus on profitability or they should focus on growth? So I would like to add my opinion that it is depend on the stage of startup. Like it is a very early stage startup, then it should be focusing on growth. If it has some experience, it is going good, and the market share is good, then they should now focus on the profitability slowly, so that in the long term the startup will be also get the benefit of growth as well and get the benefit of getting profitable as well in the long term. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you.
Karthikeya.
Thank you
Along with
for
that, I would
saying your
also
point,
like to
Karthikeya.
add
I would,
that
like to just lay a ground rule. So what exactly is a startup and how exactly it is different from a regular business. So like for your point, what you said is extremely correct. And I believe it would be applicable for a regular business. But as a startup, we need to look at it from a different lens. Because the main goal of a startup is just trying to push forward a new product or a service, and it is trying to disrupt an existing market, or it is trying to create a new one. Now, I feel like all startups should first expand and scale their businesses, even if they are now, even if they are in losses right now. For example, Zomato, Swiggy, or whatnot, they have created new markets for themselves, quick commerce, impulsive buying. They have created a consumer psychology for themselves, and this wouldn't have been profitable if they would have, just looked for profitability first and then scale afterwards.
also, I would like to say that along with the, both of your points, I guess the mode of funding also depends on whether they should be more focused on profits or the growth. Because let's say if a startup has a very great investor, which has like a huge capital, and they have the trust in the startup, so that's why the startup can easily focus on the growth aspect. But if you are bootstrapping, you are using your own funds in your startup, then you will focus more on the profitability first because you want to cover up your cost.
Yeah,
Also,
great
like
So to
point.
add to
absolutely
what
agree to the
Riya
point,
just
but
said,
I want to agree that,
no, I'd like to
yeah, continue.
add on to what Riya said, why profitability is more important than, say, growth for early stage startups. Not just the fact that they're bootstrapping, but also there's another aspect that a lot of startups end up spending a lot on marketing and customer acquisition costs. Uh, so, uh, so due to that, if they overspend initially just for the sake of expanding, it does not guarantee that they will be highly profitable or will still be able to recover that amount of spending that they do in the initial years.
Thank you for making that
Completely
point,
agree.
Prajakta,
I
and
want
I
to
agree
add
with
back.
that point. I just wanted to, just say that what exactly startup is trying to do, it's not like a regular business. So, like, as Warren Buffett has said, if you want to make money, you must invest in a boring business. So, invested in chewing gum, he invested in Coca-Cola, something people use even after hundreds of years. So, startup as the concept itself is something completely different, because the owner of a startup is not a businessman; it's an entrepreneur. And the reason for, again and again, this is the second time I've highlighted these points, is that I want to, add a reason to why startups should focus more on, scalability rather than profits first. The profits are necessary because shareholder needs their, value for their investment. But first of all, they need some kind of scale to push forward that their idea is acceptable or it is not acceptable in the current market situation. We have seen a lot of, startups which are quite early. So let me give an example of Dunzo. But Dunzo did the same thing with Zomato or Swiggy did, but they were too early in the ecosystem. So they were not able to, flourish. But the business was good, the startup idea was good. So that is one example for your point that they, aggressively scaled, but they failed because they were loss-making business. And looking at Zomato on this side, so they also scaled aggressively, but now they are turning their company into profitability by venturing into different other streams. So, I'd like to, add just by saying these points that as a startup, the startup's main goal is to disrupt something, and you can't disrupt without scaling at a huge level. And although you can scale also at a smaller level, so at least 10 years ago in the US economy, there was this idea about home digital home camera. There is this guy who was on Shark Tank, on USA Shark Tank. He came up with this idea, and at that time, no one had a camera on their doorbell. So that idea was completely out of the box. It was a startup idea, something disruptive in the market, and there was no market for such products. But now, even though someone who is making the house, so the builder is gonna give this kind of product attached with the house itself. It has become so integrated and so important. So that's what I want to say, that if that car had not scaled, this idea wouldn't have succeeded.
So,
Execution is everything.
I don't, right, execution
I
is
also want to
everything.
add one
It's
point.
not just that, say such a, suppose an idea is disruptive, that it is going to succeed. There is no such guarantee. Like if we look at the example of Dunzo, so it was one of the first movers in the hyperlocal delivery market, but just in a matter of few months, other players also took over their market share, and now they hardly have any. They are not as like they are not able to capture the market as much as say Swiggy or Blinkit or any of the other players have captured it.
So as Ria
Well,
highlighted the
yes,
point that
yeah,
it's
yes, yes.
I also
So
want to highlight
regarding
the
what
point
is the discussion happening in the forum,
competition.
right? Whether the focus is mostly whether they focus on profitability or funding, right? Well, I don't think so. In hindsight, it is very easy to say, but when you look from a very foresight or in a very initial stage, it's very difficult to predict for any startup whether should I focus on funding or should I focus on the profitability, because there is a lot of uncertainty. You are navigating in a ship without a captain. So you go and discover as and when the hurdles and the challenges come in your place. So, there is a video in by Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and also the Sachin Bansal, the founder of Flipkart. One can watch. Very interesting. I think it was shot in 2013, back then, almost like 13 years back. So, what Rakesh Jhunjhunwala used to say, uh, startup funding is nothing but it's like, pardon my language, but I'm just quoting his words. So he used to say that it's like nothing but my father-in-law funding me for a particular hotel, and I'm charging 50% or 60% discount just because I'm secured with the funding. I'm not focusing on the growth. I'm not focusing on any to make profitability or cost or nothing. I'm just focusing on increasing my sales. So that's the nature of the startups. Like they are able to increase the funding, or they're able to increase their revenue or sales, but at what cost? One or the other day they have to turn profitability, they have to show the accountability. Otherwise, we know almost all of the 99% of the startups tend to lose and they are nowhere to be seen. So that's the nature and the reality.
I want to talk about the competition perspective. So as we can see, if there is a high competition in the market, startups can majorly first focus on the market share or gaining market share. Or and on the other hand, if there is a less market share, startup can majorly focus on profitability building. So that's my take.
Yes, I'm totally agree with what Darshan have said. It is important for startups to focus on growth initially, and after that, they can turn their business into profitability. But how long that startup will take that growth story with them without converting their business into profitability? That is also the important question here. Because at what cost they are making that such a growth, but their business is not converting the whole into the cash. So my stand would be here. My stand would be with Darshan. Like the startup should look at their time period, like for like how long they are going to make such kind of growth without generating any cash flows.
Completing agree with Shivraj's point, I would like to add one example as well, like the current AI sector. Like as we know that currently OpenAI has a like fund of like around 6 to 7 months, and they are draining their money, and all the AI companies are draining like that. They are still not getting profitable. The market has been penetrated. Everyone, I think, most of the people know how to use AI or which are using them. So currently they have to should focus on going towards profitability, but still they are draining money and they are also acquiring money. Also, there is one loop regarding that all these AI companies are investing in them and like infrastructure investing on them. But currently the investors are not like really much focusing on how they will use this infrastructure to make them profitable or increase cash flow.
Guys,
Let
I
me
just
tell you,
want to
Karthik.
add a basic point. Like if
Yeah, yeah.
any kind of business or if any kind of business wants to become big, you need money for it. So whatever scaling we are talking about for startups or whatever profitability we are talking about, at the end of the day, the startup wants to be big. It wants to, be one of the top companies in India. It wants to enter the Nifty 50 or whatever. It wants to show that it's a good business. So they will need an amount of money. They will need to push their own market. They will need to, have their own consumers. And since we're out of time, I'd like to, conclude, with this point that by saying that I strongly believe that for a startup, till reaching a sustainable phase, it is good for them to just burn cash or burn angel investor money, because that's not our money. It's just some other people's money. And when the startup is sorry for saying these words, but when the startup has grown to at a bigger scale, it already has a market and it has already found its own consumers. I feel like then we can say that startup can now start focusing on profitability. Thank you.
Wonderful discussion. Really wonderful discussion. Everybody was at par with each other. Huh? So Karthikeyan introduced, he laid down the foundation very nicely, Karthikeyan, very nice. You came in back with an example to supplement what Shivraj had said. Very nice. Kaustubh again came in with a hook, explained the whole thing. He came in thrice using good vocabulary words every time he came in. He does not repeat his vocabulary words, which I really appreciate about this boy. So again, this is something which you can emulate, people. Do not repeat the same words which you have already said. Again, your subject domain words, please throw them. Throw your subject domain words. It will cast a very, very good impression about you. Riya came in with a hook. Riya, your voice, I always compliment you girls. Neha's also here. Prajakta's also here. All three of you. Ladies, your voice is really, really good. It is not timid, soft. It's very nice, clear. Your articulations are very, very clear. And your points which you laid down were substance. Try to come in more. Okay, Riya came
Yes,
only
ma'am.
once. Prajakta came twice. Try to come in more. Okay, Riya?
Yes, ma'am, for sure.
Prajakta used the hook. Voice was very nice. Body language was a little fidgety. Somebody in the house was disturbing you. Tell them don't disturb me this hour. She came in with an example. Very nice. And when you are searching for words, quickly whatever comes to your mind, quickly blurt out kar dena hai. Don't search for that particular word which you are thinking. Okay? Hanji. Darshan came in. He gave a quote. Even Kaustubh used a quote. Warren Buffett, Darshan used, क्या नाम है उसका, Jhunjhunwala's quote. Wonderful. This is called presence of mind. Quickly recollect करो, कहीं तो मैंने कुछ तो पढ़ा था. References. ये तुम्हारे, whenever you're indulging in a discussion, आपके पास pointers होने चाहिए. Do I have an example? फट से बता दो. ये तुम्हारे पास एक to-do list होनी चाहिए. Discussion चालू हो गया, चलो मेरे पास quote है, give it. मेरे पास example है, give it. मेरे पास statistics है, give it. तो every time you're indulging in a group discussion, fact check कर लो. Checklist में to-do list 4-5 चीजें मेरे पास. Do I have a quote? Throw it. Do I have stats? Throw it. Do I have an example? Throw it. Do I have an experience? Throw it. 4 things you must do. Okay? Avinash, he came in, he knew it is getting repetitive. He came in with a new concept and he did announce it. I am talking from the achievement point of view, which is a very good hook. Very nice, Avinash. But I want you to come in 2 to 3 times.
Yes, ma'am.
Shivraj, very nice. He came in with a hook and this time he's done a very good thing. He left with a question, which Karthikeyan addressed. How much time will they wait for profitability? And Karthikeyan just said, yes, I agree with Shivraj. And then he supplemented it. Another very nice way of leaving and receiving. Overall, the conclusion, as always, was very exhaustive and not one-sided. So you've done justice. Good. Very nice. Grammar, hardly here and there, but not major thing to describe. All right. Second group discussion, people, kindly raise your hands. Shivraj and Prajakta, please lower your hands. Hi, Shama, how are you doing?
Hi, ma'am. I'm fine.
Are you fasting, hero?
Yes, ma'am.
Please pray for all of us.
Yes, ma'am. Praying for all of us, for the whole
Yeah,
world.
the whole world needs it badly. What is happening outside is, oh my God, it's very, very terrorizing. Very, very terrorizing. And I don't understand why, how can humans behave with humans in such a way? And we say we are educated, we are elite, we so-called educated human beings. So sad, yeah. Just pray to God that God give these biggies some little brain, humanized brain.
Ma'am, the most elite nation started all this.
Sorry?
The most elite nation started all this.
That's what I'm trying to say. We are so-called elite, so-called educated. Kuch nahi, nothing doing. Education is a waste for such kind of people. Very shameful. All right. I have Shama with me. I have Rishikesh, Mahen. Hi, Mahen. Switch on your camera, hero. Shantanu, hi. Neha's there. Mansi, camera लवकर switch on कर, लवकर. आणि आज तू start करणार आहेस. और आवाज बिल्कुल जोर से आनी चाहिए. Sweetie, switch on your camera. Girls, Ankita, I can't see you there.
Ma'am, I think I have some problem with camera.
Okay.
The moment I'm opening it, like I will not be able to speak. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, no problem. I think same issue is with Mansi and Sweetie, है ना?
Ma'am, I'm like just turning on my camera, but if something that my voice is not reaching, so then I'll be just switching off the camera then.
Okay. All right. Topic बहुत simple है. Privatization of public sector undertakings. Is it a good thing or a bad thing for today's economy? I repeat, privatization of public sectors undertaking is in today's economy a good thing or a bad thing? Discuss.
Good morning, good evening, ma'am. First of all, the major problem with public companies is that their overall operationalization, their overall.
Rishikesh, we will not start like this. We will just say, good evening forum. My name is Rishikesh. Today's topic is this. जिसका मतलब है ये और मेरे हिसाब से. Are you understanding?
Okay, ma'am.
So since you are starting the topic, you have the onus of opening the forum
Yes,
and
ma'am.
laying down the foundation. Are you
Yes,
getting
ma'am.
my point?
Yes,
And you're
ma'am.
not addressing me. I'm just a spectator, evaluator. You're addressing your people.
Okay, ma'am.
All these who have raised their hands along with Ankita, they're your people.
Okay, ma'am.
Please keep looking at them.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, stop looking at me for some time.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Rishesh Nikam. Today's topic is whether privatization of a public sector is a good or bad thing. From my point of view, it is a good thing because I will say in 2 and 3 points. Number one, the basic operationalization of a public companies is very bad. Most of the public companies, for example, BSNL was making very big losses. The privatization reduces the overall manpower required for work. Means if 2 people in public sector companies are working 10 hours each, but their productivity is only 12 hours. Then in private sector, only one person will work for 12 hours and he will be productive for that 12 hours. So overall productivity will increase. Also, public sector employees get a pension, which is compulsory for government to pay. Therefore, that majority part of budget of government of India is spent on that pension. But due to privatization, that pension component can be reduced, and the overall that pension amount can be utilized for other important segment like healthcare sector or military equipment, etc. So that is my point of view. I will also add 2-3 points, but I will remember and say it later. Okay, ma'am.
Yes, I just want to highlight some points. Just Rishikesh have told. He mentioned about the very crucial sectors like defense and everything, defense and the food sector, the farming sector, which are extremely crucial for our public benefit, like the whole environment, welfare, society welfare actually. So what I think that privatization of that sectors also will lead to some kind of price like the government is deciding the price, right? So if it goes to somehow privatize it, it is privatized. So there will be a bit like difference in the price sector, which will be difficult for the lower section also. Because in a socialist economy, we can see that where the government also decides the price, it decides with looking for the government welfare, the people's welfare, that every class can afford this. So what I think that privatization of every public sector like sectors can be a bit like in the bad side of the economy.
Yes, I
I
would like to
agree
add.
with
Hello.
I
Yes,
agree with
yes.
Ankita, and I would like to add a point that I don't think that privatization of a public sector is a good thing, because what government is trying to do, it is trying to uh, generate capital revenue for fulfilling the uh, revenue capital revenue is generating to fulfill the revenue expenditure. Means that they are selling the government enterprises, government asset to fulfill the daily and recurring things, and that's not a good thing. Rather, what should be happening, that government should take the revenue from the non-recurring recurring sources like taxes, and try to create more assets for the for the people. Moreover, we are living in a welfare state. If everything goes private, so then how employment is going to generate? We are seeing that our IT sector is shattered because of the AI models of Western world, and our we have had jobless growth after the 1991 LPG reforms. And I think that what should happen is that reform should come internally in the PSUs rather than selling stakes externally.
Yes,
Hello, I
also
would like to add
Hello.
something. Hello. Yes. See, loss-making PSUs require continuous financial support from the government. Privatization helps the government reduce the financial burden and redirect funds to more important sectors like healthcare infrastructure. For example, if when government sold stakes in companies like LIC and Coal India, it helped the government to raise funds.
Also, ma'am, I would like to give you one example. Hello.
Yes, yes.
I would like to take Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force procure Tejas Rafale Tejas fighter jet, which was produced in India. I don't know, don't remember that company's name, but that company is producing very at a slower rate. Air Force Chief AP Singh Dhillon and previous chief also said that they have asked for more jets, but they are providing only very few jets per year. But I won't, and this is very opposite in Navy case. In Navy case, there is a I don't remember name, but there are some shipbuilding companies which are partnership between government companies and private companies. They have continuously building year per year many frigates, many corvettes, many destroyers, and this INS Vikrant that also got built in India. That companies also uh, has a stake of both government and private sector. And do not remember name, but I have read them. So I think overall main motive of a company is to produce goods and services for benefit of a people. But if a public company is using that do not fulfilling that requirement, and we have to just keep operating public companies because to provide job to people, then it is a bad thing, I think.
I would
Yeah,
like
in
to
my
add my
opinion,
perspective regarding why the privatization is bad for a PSU. The first main point is social welfare. Like the basic, what you say, the basic motive of the PSUs is a social welfare. And when it gets converted into private, then the first thing is social welfare get compromised, and they more focus on profits. The second thing is when you talk up from an employee perspective, they lose a government job, and privatization will like force them to work for more hours and do work more efficiently, which is again a negative thing for them, as they don't have habit of it. The third thing is private monopoly. Like if let us take an hypothetical example. If a coal India gets privatized completely, that would definitely lead to increase in electricity prices, as the major source is coal for electricity generation. Let us take an example of Air India, which was privatized during 2021, I guess. This led to serious operational difficulties for around 2 3 years. The second thing is the airfares also shot up drastically, and the third thing is even after privatization, the negative, like what you say, the negative things did not stop. Like we saw the Air India flight crash previous year, and various operational difficulties are still there. When you go as from a customer, like a customer, you will see various, what you say, operational mishaps happening in this Air India. Thank you.
And
So
in
I
my
would
opinion,
like
I like
Mahind's
to add my
point.
opinion. Yeah,
Like adding to
to add
Mahind's
my
point,
opinion.
one of the major concern is job security. As we can see, like many companies are doing layoff, and also like companies often restructure the organization to reduce cost, and which leads to layoff. And like public sector units sometimes focuses on social welfare, and also like they provide services in rural areas. That's like privatization for public sector undertaking is good, but at certain limits, it needed to be like maintained innovation.
Yeah, I So would I like would to like add to my say that opinion. the difference between the private and public sector is that private sector only focus on the growth aspect of a economy, but public sector also focus on the development aspect. That is the inclusive development. As our honorable Prime Minister has said, that we have to move towards sabka saath, sabka vikas, and to have sabka vikas like inclusive growth, we need to create more jobs, and if we will not create jobs in the upcoming years for moving towards the developed India, it will create social chaos and social disharmony. It might also lead to the civil war, because if the inequality will increase, because private sector only care about profit. They because if we enter into the private sector, we are always in the fear when we are going to get laid off, because employees is just a cost for the private sector. I don't blame all of the private companies, but many of the private companies focus on the profitability also. And one myth I would like to bust, that public sector does not create efficiency. If we see that in the last 1 year, Nifty PSU Bank Index has generated the highest amount of return, more than the Nifty metals. That shows that public sectors like SBI and other Bank of Baroda, these companies, these banks, people trust, and they are generating much more profit as compared to the private banks.
Yeah, I would like to add my opinion. I think privatization is a good thing. When we see the in India, uh, in government sector have more corruption. Its impact on their efficiency, and also everyone in the government sector, everyone not get a better service because of the any means any person have a money, it get a better service in from a government institute. And when we see converting the privatization, it's give a higher efficiency and better service, and also it's improve the innovations, and also the it's reduce loss making companies, reduce the less burden on government. And we have such examples like Air India, BSNL. It's improving after the privatization. Thank you.
My opinion about this perspective is private companies maybe focus on the more profit than public welfare, and there can be uh, job losses or an high prices also. So some strategic sectors remain under the government control. So we can take the example of the MSCB, and according to my opinion, the privatization should be implemented carefully, maintaining a balance between the economic efficiency and also the social welfare also. Hello.
Yes, yes, we heard you.
As per my perspective.
So I would like to conclude the discussion that privatization of public sector is also a good thing, but and bad thing depending on how which sectors are going to getting privatized. Like this year, Union Budget and 16th Finance Commission has also mentioned that companies which are loss making, they should be privatized, and companies which are good and profitability making, they should come up with reforms so that employment generation can happen, growth can inclusive growth can happen, and overall development of the country should happen. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. Very, very exhaustive, heated, very nice. All right. Individual feedback. Rishikesh, you started, right? You started with a very nice strategy of sequencing. You say there are 3-4 points, and then you only told 2 points. And then you also reiterated, I'm forgetting something, I'll remember and I'll come back. And you said this 4 times for 4 different points.
I give my example then.
हाँ तो अभी सुनो, whenever you're not recollecting something, don't mention it in the forum.
Okay.
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 अगर तुम्हें वो कंपनी का नाम नहीं याद आ रहा, ये मत बोलो कि I'm forgetting the name. बार बार. Once you can say that, but all the time you should not say that. All right?
Okay. Okay.
A company, for instance, hypothetical. ऐसे बोल दो.
Okay.
Hypothetical. For
Okay.
instance, there was a company. Don't mention that you're forgetting things. It weakens your stand. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Also, you have to reduce a lot of fillers. Okay?
Okay.
Right? So,
Okay.
what you're doing is you're trying to lengthen whatever you're speaking. Usko brief karo. Just use one word for many. One word for many, and you'll be you'll be perfect. That whole sentence need not be very, very lengthy or very wordy. It can be one word for many. Use your subject domain specific words. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So don't be too lengthy because nobody will give you so much of time, Rishi. जितना
Okay, ma'am.
इन्होंने time दिया ना, they are all fellow friends. That's why. Other forums, they'll cut you there because it gets boring for them. They don't want to listen to all your points. So you have to be very brief. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ankita? Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good effort over there, but you are still not getting rid of your like. Okay? And I think that. Okay? Try to speak to yourself. Explain whatever you want to explain to yourself. Record yourself and check मेरा like जा रहा है या नहीं रहा है. You just like वो filler या तो फिर like. Filler या तो फिर like. ये नहीं जा रहा है. Otherwise, you're trying to do a good job. Again, another advice, don't give lengthy descriptions. Cut to the point. Crisp, very chiseled, very, very chiseled. Okay? Mirroring is recommended. Shama, very nice hook. You came in, you explained. His strategy is he explained the point and then he justified it with examples.
Yes, ma'am.
All right? Yeah. I think had it not been for Rishikesh, he would have opened the forum with the same strategy. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, ma'am. Right.
Yes. So he would have opened the forum by explaining what the topic was and then justifying the topic with examples. So he's done that. Again, his vocabulary and his subject domain words are prompt, to the point. And his thought clarity is very good. Whatever he tells, वो समझ आता है. He is connecting the dots basically. Same thing I would say for Mahen also. Mahen, very, very clear thought process. That is why he was able to express it to the audience in a clear way. Whatever he spoke had very good vocabulary words, very excellent vocabulary words from your domain only. He was speaking too fast. I couldn't jot down all the words they were using, Shama as well as Mahen, but crystal clear ideas were expressed very nicely. Good job there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Both of you. In fact, Shama just recollected Modi's quote. Quickly, he dropped it there. Again, he got a brownie point there. Neha, you came in with a hook. Your voice is good. Your fluency is good. You use really very good vocabulary words. The moment I leaned forward to listen to you more, you stopped. You have to be lengthy, girl. Yes? You have to be lengthy. You're speaking good. You have to be lengthy. Sweetie, you came in with no hook, you just barged in, and what you were trying to say, I couldn't completely understand because it was a little haywire. So थोड़ा point को structure करेंगे, sweetie, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe because I cannot see you, I'm not able to connect to you a lot. Pardon me for that. Shantanu, बहुत अच्छे वर्ड्स यूज करे, हाई एफिशिएंसी, बेटर सर्विसेज, एग्जांपल एयर इंडिया, खूप छान बोललास. ठीक आहे? Be there and you were there for a minute. So that's a very good thing, Shantanu.
Thank you.
And you did use a hook. Very nice, Shantanu. Last May, I have Mansi. She came in with a hook. She gave example of MSCB. But, Betu, your ending, we also didn't understand that you were finished with your point and somebody else should pick it from there. Are you understanding? This is a major problem of monotonous voice. आप voice lower, higher कुछ कर ही नहीं रहे हो. फिर सामने वाले को कैसे समझ आएगा कि इसका ending आ गया है?
Okay, ma'am.
Plus your camera is switched off. Otherwise, we could have understood from your expressions.
Ma'am, today there is a power cut problem, so I couldn't.
Every day there is
So,
a problem.
no, ma'am.
No, ma'am. You promise me tomorrow there will be no problem?
Yes,
Good.
definitely.
That's my girl. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Wonderful. Overall, it was a very nice, healthy discussion. Quickly raise hands. Others, I request you all, second group discussion group, please lower your hands. And third group discussion, please raise your hands quickly. I have Bhupen. Hi. Bhupen, you're the only one
Hi,
who's
ma'am.
participating in the group discussion. You yourself are a big group today.
Nobody, ma'am. I can.
Yes, I know you can. Huh. Pratik Rao, raise your hand. Rohit, raise your hand. Sarvesh, raise your hand.
Ma'am, I'm
Kiran,
also in. I'm not about, there is some technical issue from my side. I am also in.
who is there? I cannot see. I'm sorry.
Aniket, ma'am, myself, Aniket.
Aniket, where are you, Aniket? I'm trying to locate you. Unless you switch on your camera.
My camera is switched on.
The camera switched on. I can't see you though. Ah, I can see you. Yes. Pratik Rao, Aniket. Neha is again participating. Good girl. Raise your hand. Come on, quick. Ankita wants to be a part of this again. Divya, raise your hand. Ayan Chakravarti, raise your hand. Sahil, किती दिवसांनी आलायस? Where are you? Raise your hand and switch on your camera. He's the same one, क्या कौस्तुभ? हाँ, he's the same one. Where were you?
मैम एक्चुअली मैं आया नहीं था, बस मैं कुछ और काम कर रहा था.
कुछ और काम कर रहा था. वो तो मुझे पता है कुछ और काम कर रहा था, but that is not important ना. वो काम बाद में भी तो हो सकता है.
हाँ, वो हो गया खत्म एक्चुअली, 1 महीना लगा
हो
उसमें.
गया?
हाँ
Are you happy? हो गया?
हाँ, अभी पैसे आएंगे
चलो,
यहाँ से.
good. चलो, even if it is after 14th of Feb, हो गया ना काम? ठीक है ना?
नहीं
No? बहुत टाइम लगा दिया तुमने काम खत्म करने में, पर try to be consistent. All right, Ayan, can you switch on your camera? No?
Ma'am, sorry, please pardon me. The electrician is working in.
क्या बोल रहे हो?
मैम वो इलेक्ट्रिशियन आया है काम करने.
How sweet. अच्छा ठीक है, उसको भी बोलो पार्टिसिपेट करेगा. Neha, raise your hand, yeah. I want you to be a part of this group. Shantanu and Ankita, both of you raise your hands. Chalo, simple, very simple question. Impact of falling rupee on the Indian economy. इससे टॉपिक इजी हो सकता है? इससे इजी टॉपिक हो सकता है? शिवराज ठीक है ना टॉपिक? चलो everybody, 10 minutes, you go.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Myself, Aniket Vadne. The topic was that the falling rupee. Currently, the geopolitical scenario is a perfect example of the
A little louder, Aniket, a little louder, beta.
Hello, am I now audible?
You are audible. अपना original voice थोड़ा loud कर.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that currently the geopolitical scenario is a perfect example of the falling rupee. Whenever the rupee falls or the currency depreciate, our imports get much more costlier. Just to give you context, the current crude oil impact or the LPG or any other imports, whatever we are trying to get from the other parts of the world, the cost or the input increases, due to which the manufacturing cost of the companies increases. Some companies try to absorb the cost, some are not, so they try to pass on the cost to the customer. As a result, the what to say, customers expense and disposable income goes down. So the one of the impact I would like to say is the impact of the rupee depreciation is basically the increase in the input cost of all the companies. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to add to Aniket's point a bit. I like to elaborate a thing that India imports the most important things like oils, which we can see in our current economy going on. So it imports, for example, the rupee fall. So we have to it is very evident that what is happening. Things are becoming very there is a there is a bridge in supply demand, and with that, if rupee also falls, it just adds to the cost of that. So everything becomes very much difficult for India to purchase or to import the things.
Yeah, hello guys. Actually, it's not visible in my screen who is speaking. So whoever
Geeta.
Yeah, it's Ankita.
Ankita.
Ankita
Okay.
Banerjee.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ankita, yeah, I'm agree with you. When Indian rupees is falling, so as we know, we are focusing more on export. Like we are selling out, we are exporting IT services, and textiles, pharmaceuticals. So in this scenario, these companies' margins are reducing significantly, and also weakening our rupees. Like we are buying more than 80% or 90% crude oil as for our energy requirement. So in this scenario, we have to pay more. We because of the weakening of our rupee against of dollar. Yeah, it is good. It is good and benefited to those who are working over the seas. Like people are working in the USA, they are sending money from USA to India. They are earning the same. Let's for the example, they are earning the $1,000. Okay, 2 months back it was 89,000. So 1,000 into 89, it becomes 89,000. And now currently roughly if we take that 92 rupees, so it become 92,000. So 3,000 increase in their income level. So yeah, it's benefited those for those who are working over the seas, but it's not good for the Indian economy, because we are majorly focusing on the export. We are we are so because of this, our trade is deficiating and weakening.
From India, we look in the Indian perspective, like our economic perspective, so things are becoming costlier, right? So that is what I wanted to say with the point that be it the importing things like oil, be it electronics, be it machinery or IT services, whatever India is importing, it is like the cost is being added only. We have to pay more for purchasing the things, which I think can strain to the Indian economy a bit more. So falling of Indian rupee can be a bit not good for the.
Yeah, I'm agree with you, but it's also the vice versa. Suppose we are paying for during the import. Okay, when we are exporting, they are paying the less to us. So it's from the both side. It's deficiting our trade.
I agree with
I
Bhupendra's point. So what he's trying to say is when rupee is depreciating, so the US dollar or any other foreign currency is appreciating. So the biggest benefit in our Indian market is basically the IT sector, pharma or textile. So whenever the rupee depreciate, headlines get hit, the IT sector is always in green while all other sectors in red. But I also want to add the another perspective is basically when these rupee depreciates, the foreign travel or the education in the foreign also become expensive, because for the same dollar, if earlier you were going to pay 70 rupees, now you are paying 75 or 80, just to give a context. Yeah.
Hello,
Yes,
I
I'm
would like
totally
to
agree
add
with you
something.
guys because
When
because
there
of
is
okay, go
okay,
on, go on.
when rupee falls, the foreign investors in Indian capital markets, they what they do is they sell off their investments because they fear that currency losses will reduce their returns, and this can lead to capital outflows and market volatility. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, and that procedure, foreign investors are taking the money out of the India, so that makes the situation more worse. So majorly our purchasing power is getting is reducing because of depreciating rupee. And as Bhupender talking about export also, so if we are majorly exporting country, then that means our products are cheaper for other nations, so that so sometimes nations purposefully depreciate their own currency to expand their export level. But our India is not that major export oriented economy, so it's majorly imports the products. So that's why that depreciating the rupee is affecting more to us compared to benefiting India.
Yeah, I agree with
Uh,
the Shivraj. I would like to add just one point. Yes, it's at the end it's raising the inflation in our country because export is cheaper, import is expensive, so it leads to the increase of transportation cost, logistic costs. So impact is coming on our pressure is coming to our economy. So eventually it's increasing inflation in our country.
I agree with Bhupendra. Like, if I want to give you a real life example, whenever we are registering for CFA level 1 exam or CFA level 2 exam, we have to pay in dollars. So, whenever the rupees is decreasing the value, the values of rupees are decreasing, we have to pay more in dollars. Like, before we are paying like around 1,20,000 or 1,25,000 for CFA. Now we have to pay around 1,30,000, 1,35,000. That 5 to 10,000, that increasing value is because it is happening because of the lowering of rupees value. So yeah, that's my point.
Yes, and to control that depreciating speed of that rupee, so most of the times RBI enters through its open market transactions and operations to reduce that depreciating speed. But if there is a fundamental, if that procedure has a fundamental backing, so whatever the RBI tries to control that depreciating process, it will not going to be controlled.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'd like to conclude our discussion. So covering all the points, first we discussed about the oil imports. So for every dollar of import, we are paying extra INR on it. And secondly, covering the cash outflows from via FIIs. So what did FIIs do? They did not get any appreciation on their investment. So they pulled out their money and strengthening US dollars and basically depreciating our INR. And for our purchasing power, if we are taking admissions outside India, so we have to pay extra on our investments for basically our education. And lastly, about the RBI operations, it is basically I feel forward positions for dollar. So buy dollar right now and pay later. So on that also, that their hedging cost also increases, and that again puts extra pressure on RBI to increase their forward position. It is a mechanism. I cannot discuss the technicalities, but yes.
Yeah, I also would like to add some point in conclusion.
Yes.
As our falling rupee has both positive and negative impact on the Indian economy, while it can be boost export and improve global competitiveness, it also increase import to cost, especially for crude oil, which leads to inflation and higher trade deficit. And the Reserve Bank of India plays a crucial role in managing this balance. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
This was the formal conclusion, Bhupendra.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, done. All right. Aniket,
Yeah, ma'am.
take it with a pinch of salt, okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right. So there's lot of pauses. हर word के पीछे एक अ है.
Okay.
हर word के पीछे. ये live streaming हो रहा है. इसके बाद ये जाके देख लेना. ठीक है? If I am lying, you'll find out.
Okay. It's my
Okay,
first time.
Bhuvan.
It's okay.
All right. So there's a lot of which has to be curved, okay? Also, you will record yourself, video record करेंगे अपने आप को, and you will check your expressions. Your expressions are very local. No, you have to go a little more professional. ठीक है?
Okay.
Let your shoulders not move a lot. Let your hand gestures not move a lot. This is not casual. This is a little more professional. थोड़ा सा professional touch देना पड़ेगा अपने आप को. ठीक है? बाकी don't use words like तो बोल ही रहा है, वो इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि you're not getting the right word. And then in the middle you also said what you say. That means नहीं मिल रहा है वो word. आपका stance weak होता जा रहा है. Are you understanding?
Okay. Yeah.
हाँ. The introduction which you started, it was not impactful because majority of the conversation was eaten by your fillers. What you say. When you came in second time to explain something, that time was very nice. भी बहुत कम था उसमें. ठीक है? Check कर अपना recording and then you know how to improve yourself. I have already told you all how to record yourselves, how to mirror yourselves. Video record कर अपने यही वाला topic अपने आप को explain कर.
Okay.
अपने answers जो भी तुम पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, record a small piece, 1 minute, more than sufficient. 1 minute से ज्यादा तुम अपने आप को सुन भी नहीं सकते. ठीक है? You'll have horrible dreams tonight. So 1 minute is more than sufficient. Everybody I'm talking about, not only you. ठीक है? 1 minute record करो अपने आप को, and it should be a daily affair. Aniket, I'm saying it to everybody. Please, mandatory है ये. जैसे ब्रश करते हैं वैसे ये mandatory है. रात को सोने से पहले ब्रश करते हैं, उससे पहले वीडियो बनाएंगे. So that if you feel like puking, you can do it.
Yes, ma'am.
That was a real bad joke. Okay. Bhupendra came in with a hook. Bhupendra, I like one thing about you. You're very, very clear what you want to say. So whatever you said, you came in twice, and whatever you said, मुझे वो पूरा clearly समझ आ गया. Each and every point was clearly laid down. Neha, you have very good content, dear. I don't understand why are you just coming in with one sentence. The moment I started taking notes, you stopped. I am not even able to take notes. Because in that one line, neither you are saying fillers, neither you are saying a quote, neither you are quoting, giving examples, nothing you're doing. So how do I take notes? You have to speak more. You have good content there. You really have good content. This time you came in with a new point. Shivraj, very nice. अच्छा, मुझे अंकिता और शिवराज से बात करनी है. Instead of using all lengthy words, जैसे Ankita said, it is not good for India. Why can't we just say it's bad for India?
It's not. Actually, I didn't come up with the exact words.
Hello.
Like
Thinking
to
for
frame
better
it.
words. No, whatever is coming to your mind, just say it. Okay. Shivraj says, India will remove all the money out of it. Why? No, the foreign countries will remove all the money from India. Right? Investments.
Like foreign investors are
will
taking
remove
out
all the
money from
money.
India.
Why can't we use the word withdraw? The foreign investors will withdraw their money. नहीं?
Okay. So I used, I think, taking out.
They will take out all the money. Wrong content. अब मेरी बात सुनो तुम दोनों. Your homework is search one word for many. You will search one word for many. तुम्हारे अपने आप disappear हो जाएंगे. Okay? All right. Prateek, he came in with a real life example, which was very nice, but your voice is very good, hero. Your clarity of
Yes,
speech is there, right? It's a very good thing. You should often speak in the forum. So
Okay, ma'am.
your only problem was you came in once. I want you to come again and again, supplement. This time you gave a real life example, which was very good. Okay, next time you should give some company reference, some quotes.
Okay, ma'am.
Your voice is really good.
Thank you,
Sahil,
ma'am.
nice. You spoke. Your points are very, very good, and the clarity of thought was clearly visible. ठीक है? So if you all have plus points, उसको और अच्छे से enhance करो यार. Polish your skills. I'm always telling you all about your good points. I do sometimes tell about the bad things, but then that has to be taken for improvement, ना? ऐसा नहीं कि next दिन आना नहीं है फिर. Next day come with more preparation. Overall, it was a very nice debate. Everybody spoke. I really liked it. Except for Shantanu. Why didn't you speak?
Ma'am, I have some information like others, import and
हो गया हो
export.
गया हो गया हो गया. You give some example now.
Yeah, I try to give a new
See, when they
example.
started with the war, somebody came with the petrol. Then somebody came with the export. Then somebody came with the CFA, real life example. Then somebody's talking about other courses in the foreign countries. So they're connecting dots, na connecting dots. है ना?
Yeah.
Try to connect dots. Ayan, you have not
Ma'am,
spoken
can I
single
add 2
word.
points in the conclusion?
Sorry?
Can I add 2 points in the conclusion?
Only if your electrician gives you the permission.
Okay, sorry, ma'am.
Say.
Okay, ma'am. So the one good thing is with these falling rupees, the NRI remittance will increase, where banks can benefit from this inward remittance fee, and also NRI people can benefit from boosting consumption, especially since we are tracking the auto sector, reality sector. So this consumption will increase. Also the FMCG, and in long term we can attract more FDI by lowering entry costs for these foreign investors.
Okay, Sahil, can you just explain what he said?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay, Shivraj will explain.
He's basically saying, if a person is there living in USA or other countries, and he's sending suppose $1,000 per month. So because of depreciating rupees, so that value of that $1,000 is getting is increasing, without any kind of fundamental reason, without any hike in his salary or without any kind of his promotion, but the value of his
Money is
whatever
increasing.
he's sending money to India is increasing. So he's saying basically.
Is he correct? Ayan, ये सही बोल रहा है? This is
हाँ
what
मैम,
he-
actually this is a case for IT companies also. So basically Indian IT companies catering to these Middle West, Middle East, or say it's MENA area or all. So basically our INR depreciation is increasing their purchasing power. So basically I will earn in dollars and spend in rupees. So that is basically
That is making me rich. Ayan, did you say
Right,
the same
right.
thing?
Yeah. I was just trying to keep my point in that, and also we were in the last group discussion. We were discussing about the banking sector. So banks can also benefit from the inward remittance fee. So we can attract more NRI customers. We can reach out to our NRI base, and we can ask them that they can send their dollars and convert it into rupees. So we can get more CASA balance and more remittance fee income bank can get.
Okay, Ayan, you know what is your homework?
Yes, ma'am.
Get rid of that electrician, and from tomorrow you're going to switch on your camera because your Bengali influenced English is so difficult for me to understand.
Okay, ma'am.
I need to see you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
I got
I
it.
need to see you to understand you better.
Okay.
Neha, you have to speak a lot. I don't know
Yes,
how
ma'am.
personally you are. Maybe you're an introvert. I don't know, but here you have to be a damn extrovert person.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right? Ria, be present. Don't be absent. Sahil, same thing. Others, everybody is doing a very nice job. Karthikeyan, very good. Everybody is very nice today, right? Others who are not opening. Shravan, ma'am, I had a doubt. I had a real GD. It is advisable to add on to conclusion if we have. I'm not answering your question until you open your camera and ask me. Okay? No chats entertained. Aniket, did you understand what I told you? Record yourself evaluate yourself, record yourself, evaluate yourself. Body language भी देख अच्छे से, मराठी is ना? हाँ, मग body language check कर, voice check कर, कितीदा करतोस ते check कर. Rectify करो, reshoot करो, rectify करो, reshoot करो. Don't keep your videos in your camera, okay? Keep deleting them. Good night, people. You've already taken 10 minutes of my next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Sorry for
Bye.
that,
Good
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
night.